Good morning. This is Rosalie, and these are a few thoughts to ponder. I want to talk for the next few minutes about abundance. Abundance has very few, have a number of definitions. I looked it up in Webster, which said it's an ample quantity, uh, affluency, wealth. We can have a life of abundance in many ways. And it's not always about money and accumulation of things. I chose abundance because I have been dreaming about spiders. And when I looked spiders up, spiders represent, according to the dream dictionary that I use, spiders represent abundance. They have 8 legs, and 8 is a number that represent abundance. Spiders are very creative because when you look at their web, they do create some beautiful pictures, images with their web. Now you have to be careful because that web, while it's beautiful, it can present a sign of danger, because if the web is there, the creator is somewhere waiting, because he or she, it so to speak, is a creature of prey. But it also has patience, because it's waiting so patiently for a fly or something to enter the web and be entrapped. But then you could say, well, the spider has to eat. And when I look at that symbol in my dream of spiders as being creative creatures, which speaks to the creativity in me, and the 8 legs as a sign of abundance, then I look at the abundance that I have in my life. And, it's about prosperity, and it's about affluence, but it's also about comfort. And it's about people, and it's about things, and it's about what's going on in my life. And I do have, and I'm grateful for, the gifts of the universe that says, I have more than I really need, but I have enough plus. And that makes me comfortable, gives me a certain amount of comfort in my life. And I'm grateful for that. But when I look outside of, I have enough to pay my bills each month, plus a few dollars over when I look at, my income. And I'm grateful for that. Not saying that I would not like it to increase to a larger amount, but I have enough to meet my needs. When I get beyond that, it becomes an I want. And I talk sometimes about I want as a demon in my life. And I was looking up abundance, and I found something by an author named Jeff Foster. He wrote a book, Life Without a Center. And it's in that he says, abundance is not the money you have in the bank, in your bank account, the trophies on your shelf, the letters after your name, the list of goals reached, the number of people you know, the perfect body or your adoring fans. It is your connection to each breath, how sensitive you are to every flicker of sensation and emotion in your body. It is the delight with which you savor each unique moment, the joy with which you greet each day. It is knowing yourself as a presence, the power that creates and moves worlds. It is your open heart, how deeply moved you are by love every day, your willingness to embrace, to hold what needs to be held. It is the freshness of each morning, unencumbered by the memory of false hope. It is the feeling of the afternoon breeze on your cheek, the sun warming your face. It is meeting others in the field of honesty and vulnerability, connecting beyond the story, sharing what is alive. It is your rootedness in the present moment, knowing that you are always home, no matter what happens, no matter what is gained or what is lost. It is touching life in that moment of creation, never looking back, feeling the belly rise and fall, thanking each breath. It is falling to your knees in awe, laughing at stories they tell, sinking more deeply into rest. It is simplicity. It is kindness. It is you before every sunrise, open, ready, and awake. So that's Jeff Foster's take on abundance. And he also wrote a poem that says the essence of abundance. You don't really know what you think you want. You only want your knowing to end. To know end, to no longer want for anything, to existently full and to be existently full and complete. Well, the thing with wanting, for me, is I want. When I get one thing, then I've met that. But then suddenly I want something else. And there used to be a time when I would say I want this or that. And for example, when I have been saying for a couple of years now that I want a new sofa. And one day I was driving toward the city of Philadelphia. And as long as I was driving along Route 1. And as I was driving, and I knew that there were two furniture places in front of me. And all of a sudden I said, this is it. I'm going to go get me a sofa today. Didn't think about anything. But and I had to stop myself and laugh. Rosalie, this isn't I want. You haven't thought this through. You may want a desire a sofa. It's not a need. The one you have is functional. You may be tired of it. But to buy a new sofa, you don't have the money in your purse to pay cash for it, which means if you are going to get a sofa today, you're going to create new debt. Do you want to do that? No, I did not want to do that. So I talked myself out of buying that sofa that day. And I'm grateful because there are days in the past when I would have acted upon that decision in that moment and that time. I would have said, this is it. I'm tired of saying I want. I'm going to go get it. And I'll not think about how I'm going to pay for it. But not thinking about how I'm going to pay for it is going to cause me some stress, and I know that. So I think that abundance and prosperity and rational thinking kind of goes together for me. Now, sometimes I can think irrational and create a lack of abundance in my life. But I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm grateful that I'm able to better think things through now than I used to and enjoy the abundance of life that I have. So with that, I'm going to say, and we're going into an abundance of heat, so to speak, from Mother Nature, I understand, over the next 4 or 5 days. So stay hydrated. I have my bottle of water right here beside me. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. Stay healthy. The virus is still out there. Got a call last night. My nephew is in intensive care. His wife is in the hospital. 2 of his children tested positive. So that's 4 people in the family with the virus. And that's scary and that's sad. So stay healthy. Stay cool. Be good to yourself. And I know you said, what are you going to do? But be good to yourself. Find a way. We'll talk about that a little later and another time. So stay hydrated. Stay cool. Stay healthy. Be good to yourself and kind to others. Until next time.